So hey guys, it is Vlogmas day number 12. I made it, but when I say barely, I mean barely. I wasn't gonna film anything at all today. Let me see what all happened. Okay, so I'm in my bed because I'm really sick. I was having a really good day yesterday. My son was here. We went, to Walmart. We went shopping. I filmed the video and everything like that. And everything appeared to be, I felt okay. Everything appeared to be okay. And then my daughter ended up having like a really, really intense, kind of like maybe a meltdown regarding my mom. And so I went and sat with her and, just tried my best to comfort her when, honestly, when it comes to my mom and all of that stuff, I don't even know how helpful I am because, I kind of share that pain with her. I'm sorry I look crooked, y'all, but I'm literally like in the bed. But I basically share that pain with her, so it's usually very difficult for me to be helpful. But no matter what, when I see that my child is hurting or in distress or whatever, I automatically kick into mommy mode and just do what I have to do. So we got through it, and I think a little bit of what happened is, one of the things about me, I'm like very much an empath, okay? So I have to be very like conscious of like the people around me. I'm very sensitive to people's demeanors and spirits and stuff like that. It doesn't take much to kind of, like, because my daughter was so upset, then it really doesn't take much for it to start churning up emotions in myself, okay? So I was okay last night, and then I got up at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I honestly could just feel the heaviness of my sorrow. This was this morning, probably about 5 o'clock in the morning. I could just physically feel the heaviness of the sorrow that I felt. And I started kind of trying to have a little conversation with Kevin about how I was feeling, but of course it's 5 o'clock in the morning. He's half asleep, and the more I talked to him, I just found myself getting more and more upset. So I just kind of decided at that point, I got up and I went in my office and I got my Bible, and I started praying like I normally do when I'm feeling that kind of way. And, I prayed, and just the emotions that were like bubbling up in me and coming out of me were just almost uncontrollable, to the point where I pretty much found myself, I think I did. I reached out to Elisha, Hands and Bands, hey. I reached out to Elisha, which, mind you, she's in Arizona. I'm in Illinois, so I'm thinking she's like an hour earlier than me, and it was 5 a.m. my time. But I reached out to her, and I was just, you guys, I was just a complete mess. Complete. I just felt so much sorrow and just helplessness when it comes to my children, and not wanting them to hurt, but also not knowing and not being capable of taking that pain away from them was just tearing me up, you know, compounded with the fact that I feel that same pain that they feel. So it was just such a hard morning. And then literally, I pretty much wasn't even, what I would think, wasn't even out of it yet. And then one of my clinics started calling me. So I went, from there I shifted straight into work mode. And I'm trying to handle stuff in terms of work. I'm sending emails. I'm looking up policy and procedure for the manager that I was talking to. And so by the time my dad woke up and I saw that he was upstairs and on the couch, I sat and I talked to him for a little bit. And yet another emotional conversation with my dad. And I don't know, just from there I went and started to do my regular routine, and I just felt like so sick, like physically sick. I felt nauseous. I felt weak. I can't even describe like what I was feeling and what I still feel right now. And so I stayed in bed, and, you know, I was letting my husband know that, you know, I'm not feeling good. And it's just not like me to really lay around ever. And I even reached out to my boss, and I told my boss, I said, hey, you know, I'm going to have to take use some sick hours for the rest of the afternoon. I said, because I feel really sick, really bad. And of course, he absolutely no problems, you know. And so I've been in bed all day. And so finally this afternoon, I had not eaten or anything. I had a couple bottles of water by the bed that I was trying to sip on. But when I say I was super queasy, I was super queasy. So I then told Kevin, like, you know, maybe I should just try to eat some soup. Maybe my blood pressure's low. You know, I don't know. Kevin heated up some soup for me. And I literally, like, it was chicken noodle soup. And it was something about, like, the noodles in it. And it just was turning my stomach. But I was going to attempt to just, like, eat just some of the broth instead. And literally, the minute the broth touched my mouth, I just started to, like, you know, dry heave a little bit. And I got up and went to the bathroom. And I really wasn't bringing up much because I hadn't even eaten today. But, you know, I felt, you know how you'll feel a little bit of relief after you've been nauseated for a minute? So I slightly felt a little bit of relief, but not really. And so I'm still right now kind of in bed. I feel like maybe I'm a little dehydrated. So I'm going to try to just maybe push fluids and not worry about my appetite today. But I was so proud of myself in terms of my videos. And I got this far. And it's day 12. And I said, you know, like, this is something I wanted to do for me. And so I was like, you know, I'm not going to let, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to push through. I needed to get on here, even if it was just to talk about what's going on with me. I needed to be able to say that I did it. And so I want you guys to know that I'm not feeling well. Please keep me in my prayers. Please keep me in your prayers, because I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I am feeling a little bit better. But I'm just going through. I know it has a lot to do with the fact that the holidays are approaching, the first holiday without my mom. And I know sometimes, you know, when you're feeling away emotionally, you can tend to start to project that physically. And I think that has something to do with it. Just keep me in your prayers, guys. And I'll be back. I know, you know, I seriously don't think it's anything major. But I wanted to pop on here and just say hello and complete my day 12 like I set out to do. And I'm very proud of myself. I only committed to 12 videos. I would like to keep going. But the way I feel today, I don't know. But I do feel a sense of accomplishment for doing 12. So keep me lifted, guys, as I do you guys all the time. And as always, I wish you peace, love, and prosperity. Bye, y'all.